Okay, Rudolph. Oh, hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Santa's Village. And it's cold out here and it's snowing, so hey, let's go inside by the fire, have some hot cocoa, and let Santa share some brand new Christmas stories with you. Well, children, it's story time again, and this is a scary one. I'm sure all you know that Santa's elves work hard all year round to make the toys for delivery on Christmas Eve, and we want to make sure everything is good and the plan is going well. Well, every morning I do my rounds, checking the workshops, checking the farm, checking everything in Santa's village, and I always call to see the fairy godmother. She is a beautiful fairy who flies around the world every night, checking on every child to make sure they're safe and they're sound in their beds. Well, I always like to know if there's any problems, in case I need to help. In fact, she was the lady that taught Mrs. Claus how to do a cuddly hug. Anyway, children, one day when I arrived back at home to see Mrs. Claus, she was making a new Santa suit, but it was black and white. Mrs. Claus, you have to watch how you ask her. What are you doing? I said, those are not my colors. I always wear red and white. But Santa, have you forgotten what day it is? Miss Claus, she said calmly, it's Halloween. And everyone in the village wants to dress up and have a party. What a great idea, I thought. A black and white Santa suit for a day. Just then, there was a knock at the door. Well, I opened the door, and the head elf said to me, Santa, as it is Halloween, the elves want to make Santa's sleigh into a broomstick and go for a ride pretending that they are witches. Why not? I replied, now enjoying the Halloween spirit. Tell me when they're ready, and we'll take off. He said, in about an hour. I said, okay. As I went outside to the sleigh, the elves were all dressed in witches' outfits. All 12 of them pointed hats. I counted them myself. All aboard, I shouted, fasten your seat belts and make sure your life belt is there, because we're going to use it on the sleigh. We have permission to take off, and off we went. Oh, it was really scary. As we passed the moon, the elves all shouted together, look, there's Marvin and his family. I looked up, and they were waving at us. I was surprised they recognized us, and the sleigh was looking like a broomstick, and that we all dressed in black and white, and well, it was Halloween. Just then, I felt a little turbulence, and the sleigh moved. I realized I had better concentrate on my flying, and waved to Marvin and his family, and flew the elves back to the North Pole. As the elves got off the sleigh, I counted them, as I always do. 9, 10, 11. Well, my goodness, there was only 11. I explained in shock, I've lost an elf. I count again. Still, there was only 11. Rudolph, please count the elves, I said. Well, there's 11, Santa, said Rudolph with a smile. Rudolph, this is serious, I said with a panic in my voice. Why are you smiling? Well, what am I going to tell the head elf, I thought, as I walked over to the village hall where I knew it was organizing the Halloween party. I told him what had happened. Never mind, Santa, he said. Come in. We're having a party. Just sit at the head table where you belong. Well, I went and sat down and thought, well, no one is bothered. Is someone playing a trick on me? I thought long and hard. I fly into the sky with 12 elves. I come back with 11. I couldn't work it out. Where had the other elf gone? Everyone in the village arrived, and amongst the arrivals was Marvin and his family dressed as ghouls. And it was going to be a good party, but I was still worried about losing an elf. All of a sudden, the door slowly started to open, and everyone shouted, Santa, trick or treat! And standing in the doorway was the fairy godmother dressed as an elf. You see, Santa had been tricked. Marvin was there with his family, and it was a trick on Santa. I had been well and truly tricked, Everyone was in there, and we had a great bit of fun and a wonderful party, and it was a wonderful Halloween. Santa likes a joke. I laughed it off and found the whole thing very funny. Since it was Santa who had been tricked, the treat was all set to be on Santa. So from that day on, I decided to start my Christmas celebration early. We celebrate 2 whole months of Christmas fun, with Santa enjoying it all the way up to Christmas Day. The day after Halloween is called All Saints' Day, and this is when we give the command to start loading Santa's sleigh. Merry Christmas, everybody.